Hello, my name is Katerina, and I've come here to talk about the influence of art and creativity in our lives. So, to start off, art is more than just a painting on a canvas or a sculpture in a gallery. It is the language of the soul, a universal expression that transcends boundaries and speaks directly to our hearts. Is the key factor that we cannot live without. I will talk about one of my own things, I guess. Have you ever had a hobby that got to a certain point that you cannot live without? Well, that happened to me. For me, art, it was like a way to escape reality and tell my own story. Since I was little, I had been passionate about art in any sort of form or technique. I had a phase when I used to craft things from scraps, because that's what I liked to do back then. Now I want to develop and improve my skills that I have accumulated over the years and maybe create a future with it, because it's something that I really enjoy doing, and I think it will be a good idea to have a job based on that. So to keep the story short, art was is one of the biggest parts of my personality as well as mind, because I think whenever I wake up or go to sleep, I always think about art, because that's what makes me happy and what it's making me feel alive, I guess, and human. So yes, as I said earlier, for me, painting or drawing is something that helps me express myself. So I'm like a child, because many children in their young ages tend to express themselves throughout drawing and painting, because that's the only way they can communicate, because they don't know how to speak until a certain age. So I put here a photo of my drawings on the walls I have in my old room where I grew up, because walls are like the first canvases that we have, if our parents let us draw on the walls, obviously. So it's a way to tell a story and to communicate with the adults if they let you do it. But in the same time, it's a paradise that we developed, and we try to find a way to make it much more interesting, developing our creativity as well as our mind, because children when they're teens, not when they're teens, when they're little, that's the only way they can function, and they need to really learn much more things about the real world. So, art for me is like a hobby, and I've wanted to express here that not only art is just a hobby, and hobbies are really important, because those really tell you what you want to be and what you are, and really help you relieve stress, keeping you engaged in something you enjoy. Hobbies give you a way to take your mind off the stress of everyday life. They let you relax, seek pleasure in activities that aren't associated with work, chores, or other responsibilities. Nowadays, having your own idea about something can change your whole life radically. Because if you get the idea popular, and if it's a good idea, you can become a billionaire or make so much money of it. And it's really interesting, because you have to be creative, be the first one to think of that, and really it's a bright future in front of you if you use your creativity. So, besides hobbies, art is a doctor. Did you know that in the 1940s, healthcare providers noticed that people with mental health issues or illnesses would express themselves through art? I think it's something interesting, because maybe it's a way to escape reality and transport in a world where they feel much better about themselves. This observation inspired the use of creative arts therapy as a healing technique for conditions including anxiety, depressions, and mood disorders, as well as schizophrenia and dementia. Creative arts therapy is used to help treat mental health conditions, because it can improve focus, assist with processing emotions, and improve communication and increase self-esteem. Art therapy has been used to treat a wide range of mental health issues and to help people in need. Through creative expression, if individuals can find solace, regain a sense of control, and discover their inner strength. Healing with the help of art can include artists trained to help patients have positive creative experiences in the health setting. But art is not only going to influence you just if you are helped by a professional. Art can influence you even if you see it on the street. It's like a band singing something and you really enjoy it. That's also art. If you see a painting on a wall or a graffiti and you think it's cool, that influences it because it makes your day feel better. So it doesn't really only stop at the help of someone else. You can find these, like painting or murals, in other hospitals and care facilities. This might include art on the wall, musical performances, and in the lab and healing gardens. These seeing colors and colorful things, not only does it influence your mood, but influences your body and your day becomes better. That's why doctors usually said that if you paint your room a certain color, it will influence your mood and other things. So, if you paint your room a bright, warm color like reds, yellows, or oranges, it stimulates energy and happiness, while cool, subdued colors like blues, greens, and purples are smoothing and calming. And to sum everything up, I want to tell you that you should not forget about art, even though you get a job and you don't have that much time to do it, and maybe even if you see it on the street and you take a photo of it, you will have it as a memory. So it still influences you, and it's a part of our everyday life. It's important, so we should not forget about it. A creative personality can flourish and develop into something much more interesting than a boring life, because no one wants a boring life, let's be serious. And without it, we don't have any spice in our life, so no. And what I want to say, and what I want to conclude everything, live your life with creativity and colors and art. That's my thought. Thank you for your attention.